Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Bucketology. So a couple days ago, something unspeakable happened to my basketball team that was so amazing and transcendent. I literally had to take a day to I couldn't make a video yesterday about it. I watched this entire game with the hope and the idea that we were going to win this game as a Bulls fan. But something historic just had to take place. It was so horrible and so beautiful to watch at the same time. Such a weird feeling. Basically, this is going to be a quick video about the Donovan Mitchell game. We're still not over it. I don't want to stop talking about it, I guess, just because all these other guys are going off and the NBA is having a surge of hot scoring nights. Everybody can get 50, it seems like. Every single night in the NBA, somebody's going to get 50 points last night. Giannis gets 55. Luka seems like he's getting 50 every other game right now. And listen, we can't weigh all these games the same. You see a point total. And most of the time, there's so many NBA games, you can't watch them all. You can't see the exact context of what's going on in each game. Not all 60-point games, 70-point games are weighed the same. For example, the last time an NBA player scored 70 points, it was Devin Booker. In the TD Garden, young Devin Booker on a pretty bad Suns team. In fact, the Suns team lost this game fairly handedly and celebrated after the game despite losing by double digits because they saw history. And this was a conflicting thing for me and a lot of people. Yes, it was cool to see a showcase of greatness from a young player, and very exciting, of course, when anybody scores a number like 70, but they were intentionally fouling the Celtics at the end of this game just so they could get the ball back to get Devin Booker more shots, which is a pretty cheap way to get it. And I'm here to tell you that this Donovan Mitchell game, it blows the Devin Booker game out of the water, first of all. But second of all, this is the greatest regular season single player performance since Kobe Bryant in 2006. And this is over 16 years ago. One of the other performances that comes to mind for me as well, when we're talking about the all-time great regular season performances, is Klay Thompson against the Sacramento Kings in, I don't remember what year it was, 2015 or 2016. Of course, 37 points in one quarter, and he doesn't miss a shot to get those 37 points in that quarter. Absolutely absurd stuff. I don't think I have ever seen a player catch fire to a greater degree than Klay Thompson did in that game. The thing with Donovan Mitchell in this game, going up against the Bulls are obviously not the most consistent, physically imposing, defensive juggernaut team. Far from it, obviously, but the Cavs are playing this game without Darius Garland, without Evan Mobley, and Donovan Mitchell plays the entire second half, and he scores, I believe it was 60, I believe he had 8 points with about 2 minutes left in the second quarter, which means that he scored 63 points in, 30 minutes of game time. Also, he was responsible for 99 total points, which is the second most of all time. Probably the most impressive stat about this game and being overlooked because we've seen, Wilt's done 70 this amount of times. David Robinson did 70. A couple players have done 70. He's obviously in good company with those guys, but, it's been done a few times, right? The only time anybody's ever been responsible for this many points was Wilt in the 100-point game. The fact that you can get this many points while also be looking to playmake, looking to get teammates involved and get them to score points, it's not a ball hog play. He's shooting 67% from the field down the stretch of this game. They need to win this game. They need every play that he makes to be made. If he misses one of these threes in the fourth quarter, if he doesn't complete one of these passes, they needed everything he had just to go to overtime, where he catches fire and it's just over at this point. The momentum is completely flipped. The Bulls had the momentum the entire game, up 20 in the first half, holding on to the lead. Cavs make a little push. Bulls seems like we got it under control. He needed every single one of these points just to get into OT. Doesn't rest at all in the second half. It's like he's playing 1-on-5, and he wins a basketball game by himself pretty much. I don't even know what else there is to say about it. He's solidified his starting spot in the All-Star game if he hadn't already. Donovan Mitchell is having a career year. Already a guy that we know as an easy star player, making the All-Star team every single year. Top 10 player in the league, best shooting guard in the league. Very valid questions. I mean, there was a point in the second half where he just said, I don't care who's guarding me. They didn't bring the double, which turned out to not be a great idea. But there was some help defenders. They couldn't do anything. It didn't matter. He knew where they were, and he maneuvered through them all night. The Bulls' level of adjustment was not ideal, but it's just historic. It's literally one of the 5 greatest single games maybe ever played in the regular season. Definitely the best one since Kobe. It's just about the context. I think you just have to take the magnifying glass to degree of difficulty, level of importance within the game, because one thing is you can score a lot of points by stat padding. I know a guy like James Harden he's had 60-point games where he ends with 60 and 3/4. It's a lot harder to put points on the board in large capacities when the game is close. When things are tight, momentum is up, defense is trying, you need every single point badly. A lot of guys can put up a lot of points. Maybe they get taken out at the end of the game, maybe they don't. But if the result of the game is decided, if the opposition knows it's defeated and is giving you baskets as if they know that the game is over, I mean, that is an example that we have seen with a lot of these hugely high-scoring games, because when a player can go off like this, it's because they're not the only person scoring and their team is up 20-25 and they're obviously the superior team in that game. But in this game, it's a single player willing their team to a victory. It's a lot like what Luke is doing for the Mavericks right now and the type of things he has to do night in, night out, because his team is just not good enough to win games without him having to do that. And that's pretty much what the situation was with Donovan Mitchell. So shout out to him. Very painful stuff for me, my Bulls fans out here, but what are you going to do? I just want to emphasize the level of greatness here, because Donovan Mitchell, I don't know why he's not the level of household name that I feel like he could be. I feel like he doesn't get his name talked about as much as guys like Ja Morant. Just the cream of the crop players in the NBA. Like if Steph Curry dropped 70 points in the way that Donovan Mitchell did, I think it would have been just a bigger deal because he's Steph Curry, rightfully so. But there's something about Donovan Mitchell where he doesn't really get that level of media celebration and attention, despite being one of the top 10, 12 most amazing players we have in our league. So that's going to do it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm out of here. Peace.